Wow. Okay, guys, let's get this in. Welcome to another Sunday motivational moment. It's your boy, Dr. J. One of the things I've realized is that with your dreams, they grow. Once you start, you grow. You can only get better. Anyway, I want to tell you guys thank you for subscribing to my channel and tell a friend about my channel because this is where it happens every Sunday, where I motivate you and inspire you. Today is a different day because I've really been doing some thinking. I've been looking at my journey and seeing how far I've come to where I am. Some of you have come to this channel and don't really know my story, but I'm going to tell you just a little bit of my story. I was slow in school. I grew up in the Caribbean. I used to get beaten a couple of times in school because I couldn't read or write or spell because I was a little bit slow. They even called me backward. Some said to me I could never make it because I talk too much. Some would say, you're just dunce, downright. This is what my teachers would say to me. And volcano crisis happened in my country, and I left the Caribbean and I came to England. Now I didn't. My parents brought me to England, and since I've been in England, it was like I went into a depression the first couple of years. I was struggling with finding out who I am, what I was born to do, and that's what teenage years. I struggled many years. After that, I kept pushing on. Then something happened in 2007. From there, my life changed. I started looking at my life differently. I started doing things differently. And then, all of a sudden, in 2009, I became homeless. I went to the States, come back. I dropped out of college. I was struggling. I've been through so much things. And I started looking at myself, started focusing on me. I started saying to myself, you know what? I can't stay where I am. I got to keep pushing forward. And this is what I'm going to title this one. You got to change the way you speak. You've got to change the way you speak. Most of us go through a lot of things in life and we don't know why we're struggling with what we're going through. But because our minds are still in the same place of being a negative person, because our minds are being in the same place of saying the things that we don't want to say, we're still struggling with where we're going to go. And so I'm going to tell you this. It's not just the words we use, it's how we use them. Because if you start speaking things over your life, you're going to realize that the things start changing in your life. A lot of us, we grew up into a culture where things are told to us that you can't do something, or this is not easy to be done, or no one's never done it, so you can't do it. I'm going to tell you something. I want to tell you just a little bit. When I started writing my first book, I laid on the couch there in my mom's house, and now every night I was studying to myself, you know what? I know that this is not going to be the best, but I'm going to give my best. And I want to dare you today, you've got to show yourself that you can be the best. You are born to be magnificent. You are born to be extraordinary. You're born to be great. And the only way your greatness will shine is if you first start speaking it in a positive way. You see, I start changing the way I speak. I start changing the way I think. I start changing the way I work. I start changing the way I approach life. And I started on my YouTube channel, and from the Dr. G show, I've been empowering and motivating people and telling them about love, because I realize that love is the most powerful force, the most powerful gift any man can be given. And it is one of the things that we as a world are struggling with. I said to myself, imagine what the world would be like if we had everyone was being loving the way they're supposed to. Imagine what the world would be like if you were loved the way you're supposed to. You see, we're all born to shine. We're all born to become successful. We're all born to be creators. That's who you were born to be. You see, if you watch a baby from the day, now I'm a father and I look at my little daughter every day and I say to myself, look at how she's developing and the things that she creates. In her mind, she is creating because she was born to create. And she start playing with something looks invisible to you, but to her, it's phenomenal. So I'm going to tell you today, you got to start looking at the way you speak. You got to looking at what you're doing as an individual. You see, my first YouTube channel is called The Dr. G Show. The Dr. G Show, I had a dream. I had a dream of touching lives and changing in hearts and empowering people to become the person that they need to be with broken hearts and broken loves. I look around in the society today and so much relationships are broken, from a father to a mother, from a husband to a wife, from a girl. From every minute there was somebody talking about some pain that they've been through. But the funny thing about it is that we've got to realize that this life right now, there's gonna be numerous amount of pain. But it's not just the pain, because the pain is what makes us to who we're supposed to become. The pain is what makes our greatness shine. When we start believing in ourselves, when we start speaking life to ourselves, when we start doing the things that we're supposed to do to become successful, then we realize that our pain is just a step into our success. So I'm going to tell you this. On this Sunday motivational moment, this is where I brought me to this one. I said to myself, every Sunday, I'm going to make a video just for you. I'm going to make a video that you can inspire you to open your mind to understand that you can be phenomenal. You can be extraordinary. You can be great. And I want to tell you this. It's not just that you can, but you will be if you start speaking it to yourself. So I'm going to tell you today, this week, as you go through this week ahead, and I really want you to understand, life is about balance. Everything, the way the planets hang in the sky, from the ocean melting slowly, or the ice melting slowly, and the rain falling, and the flood going into the river. Everything is a balance. And we've got to start looking at our life as having that equilibrium, having that balance that we can be proud of, having that balance that steps into our success. So I'm going to tell you, and I'm telling you, don't just watch me because I am here every Sunday. I want to show you that you can be phenomenal, you can be extraordinary. And your success is about your words. It starts from within. You start believing that you can. You start believing that you can do something great. You will become great. I know every day I'm working on my second book right now. And it's on my second book, September the 5th. Look out for this book. I'm going to tell you something. It's called Love You to Death. It's dedicated to my wife and my baby. And my baby girl. I'm going to tell you something. My first book, if you didn't know what it was, is The Perfect Love Triangle. You see, love is the key to life. And I know that no matter what you do, love is what motivates me to come here, because I love you. We love animals, we love cars. These things can't love us back the way humans are supposed to love. You see, we're all broken with a lot of love inside of us, so that's why we're struggling with where we're at. So I'm going to tell you something. If you never loved anybody, if you never seen anyone that loves you the way you're supposed to, I'm going to say try Jesus. Because I know God has loved me unconditionally. And that's the way we're supposed to love. But we get lost. We don't know about who He is. So because of that, we think to ourselves that, okay, why I'm in this position? But I'm going to dare you to love somebody the way you love yourself. You see, after we love God, we got to love ourselves unconditionally. Some of us have been broken in the past, been raped, abused, being bullied every day, and we've broken our self-esteem, so we become this negative and painful and hurtful person. So I'm going to tell you something right now at this utterance of my voice. And if you're watching me right now, I really want you to understand this. You're not just watching me just because of a chance. You're watching me because you are destined to. You are ordained to. And this is your moment to shine. This is your moment to become a reality, to recognize that your greatness is inside you, just in the making. You see, the way that they find diamond is not just, they don't just walk out there and look at the diamond on the floor and then pick it up. No, they gotta dig. And after they dig, they gotta strike while the iron's hot. And then they put it through the fire and they burn it until they get to that pure, rich diamond. And you are a diamond. So no matter whatever you're going through, no matter what you've gone through, I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to dare you. Start changing the way you speak. Start changing the way you look at life. And you will see that your struggle today is your success for tomorrow. And your greatness is inside you. And no matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter what happens today, it's going to be a better tomorrow. So if you're going to cry today, but don't stay there. Cry today, but don't stay there. If you're gonna fail today, but don't stay there. Try again. This is how winning is done. So I really need you to understand this struggle of mine. This struggle of mine of you people changing the way they speak. Even to the way you tweet on Facebook, the way you tweet on Twitter, no matter what you speak on YouTube, whatever medium that you're using right now, whatever media you're using right now, I want you to start speaking positive things. You will see your life start changing. You will see that your whole way of approach start changing, and you will become a creator. So I'm going to dare you, I'm going to challenge you. If you've got those dreams inside you, they can only grow once you start. Well, you can only grow once you start looking at it one step at a time. So I'm going to tell you, this has come from my belly. This has come from my spirit. This has come from my whole body. From me to you, this Sunday motivational moment is dedicated to you, because I really need you to understand you are ordained to be great. So I challenge you and I dare you to be great, because you were born to. It's your boy Dr. G saying, you just watched another Sunday motivational moment. Tell your friends about what's happening here every Sunday as we take the world by storm, as we change the world with positive thinking, and let the world realize that I am great. So I'll be great. It's your boy Dr. G saying, welcome to another Sunday motivational moment. I'm gone.